Ladies and gentlemen, I am sick of everyone saying that real estate is location, location, location. What about the other details? What about a layout that makes sense? What about the quality of the construction? What about getting it at an actual price that makes sense for the home that you're buying? I think all of those things also matter. It's not just the location, although at this home, you have the whole package. If we haven't had a chance to meet, my name is John Paul Gutierrez, and I am blessed to be the founder of the Bespoke Homes Group, where we look to offer you tailored home solutions. Whether you're buying your first home or one of many that you're adding to your portfolio, we're here to show you not only what the Sunshine State of Florida has to offer, but the best way that you can go about achieving that goal. Now, today, I'm ecstatic to bring you the video on this home, full tour of this magnificent property right behind me here in the lovely city of Ocala, more specifically, Marion Oaks. Marion Oaks is a city that has been absolutely booming over the past couple of years, mainly because of the affordable pricing of homes and also the convenience and commercial growth that has happened here. Within 15 minutes, you're gonna have ease of access to all of your grocery and entertainment needs. Publix is gonna be just 10 minutes down the road. You're gonna have Highway 200 that's gonna connect us all the way from Denellen, just outside of Marion Oaks, all the way to downtown Ocala, where you're gonna find a quaint town square with all of the entertainment, restaurants, bars, all the fun you need. All of your necessities and everything else is gonna be just right around the corner from here. Additionally, just 10 minutes down the road, you're gonna be on I-75. That's gonna connect you to Orlando and Tampa within an hour and 15 minutes. If you head north, you're in Gainesville in just 50 minutes, giving you close access to the University of Florida in case the kiddos are going to college. Now, where we are right now is a driveway of this magnificent home, and this home is gonna boast 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms on 2,092 square feet. And additionally, all of this is gonna sit on a 1/4 of an acre of land that has no HOA, no CDD, no restrictions. This driveway right here is gonna fit approximately 4 to 6 cars. You're gonna have a private 2-car garage right behind me. This home is built in concrete block and stucco, and you're gonna have a 30-year architectural shingle roof, all backed by a 10-year builder warranty. The finishes inside of this home are magnificent, and that is something that you can see right from the outside. It's a very simple, modest, and beautiful layout here, and the colors that they've chosen, this nice gray with the white trim, you're gonna have the black light accents and your dark roof and soffit right here. Tons of windows you're gonna notice once we get inside are gonna surround the property to let a bunch of natural light in. You're gonna have some landscaping already taken care of for you, and you have grass throughout the entirety of the property in the front and the back, so we don't have to negotiate any sod in this home. Now, as we step a little bit closer, you're gonna have this walkway that leads you into the home and provides a very cozy feeling. One of the things that I love about this home is they've already incorporated your Ring doorbell right here for security, peace of mind, and ease of access. You're gonna have a smart home. Now, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the key. Let's check it out. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside of this, one of my favorite homes, one of my favorite models. I'm so excited to tour you guys through every inch of this property. Equally excited because at the end, I'm gonna give you all the financial information you need. Monthly payments, down payments, taxes, insurance, the whole breakdown as accurate as I can possibly get to give you guys, again, the most transparent information that I can when it comes to home ownership of a home just like this. But for now, let's get started with the tour. One of my favorite things, and one of the things I get requested the most is, hey JP, I wanna walk into my home and not walk into my kitchen. I wanna walk directly into the living room. I want a foyer. Well, that's exactly where we find ourselves right in this moment. We're in the foyer of this home. Luxury vinyl plank is gonna line the main areas of this home. Carpet gonna be in the bedrooms and then tile in the bathrooms. But here we have this nice gray look wooden LVP. You're gonna have 9'4" ceilings in here, so the property feels spacious. And over this side, we're gonna have the open concept, but I wanna bring you over this way. This door right here is gonna lead us into our 2-car garage. Nothing too fancy here, 2-car garage. You have your garage door opener and your water heater located in there. Perfect space for 2 cars. But right here's where you would walk in once you're the homeowner. Typically park your car in the garage. You walk in through this door, and then right here you have this little table. This is a quartz countertop, very nice finish, and you have some cabinetry down below. This is like your mud room of sorts here, but it feeds into kind of the open concept. So personally, I would have a little tray right here. Some people like to hang it where I walk in, drop my keys, and I know where they are every single time. It's like a routine thing. Come in, keys, you go, you're leaving, keys, and you're out the door. Now, as we step over this way in here, you're gonna have your air handler. And as we continue on, you're gonna have your laundry room. Laundry room is great here because it's its own room, truly. And the washer and dryer are gonna come included. Most of the time I show you guys homes with no washer and dryer included. In this home, in the final price is included your Samsung washer and dryer. And additionally, something that I've noticed that not a lot of homes have, you're gonna have a nice linen closet right here in the laundry room as well. As we step out of this area, we are now going to step into our open concept. This is like a sectioned off open concept because it is all open. They're not separate rooms, but there's a little nook over on this side that we'll check out later. But for now, we are in this very, very spacious living room area. You have so many configurations. You can set up couches right here, TV facing this way. You can set up couches right here, TVs facing this way, no TVs and couches everywhere. However you want to do it, there's plenty of space here and this just feels grand. You're going to have your recessed LED light up above and outlets pretty much everywhere, so you have the ease of convenience of everything here. Additionally, as we look towards the south side of the property, you have this 3-pane sliding glass door that's gonna lead us into our lanai. We'll check that out later, but it's nice to have all this natural light feeding into the living room area. It's always relaxing. You can put curtains up if you wanna kind of black this out right here so it's really dark, maybe for a movie night or something. But during the day, it's so nice to have this natural light. It's really, really peaceful. Now, as we step in behind me, we're gonna step into the primary or master suite here. 15 by 15 feet wide, tray ceilings with the recessed LED light, pre-wired. So if you wanted to switch that out for a fan, you can do so very easily. Nice, cozy, padded carpet here, which is really nice to wake up to in the morning if you're a barefoot person, unless you sleep with socks. But most of the time, you sleep barefoot, you wake up in the morning, you step on the cozy carpet. It's a nice, easy way to ease your way into the day. You're gonna have 2 windows facing the south side, letting in a bunch of natural light, outlets on all the walls so that you can kind of configure it however you please. And then we step into the master bathroom ensuite. You're gonna have 2 countertops here with a ton of countertop space. So you have your double vanity, you have the double windows so you can look at yourself from every angle. If you're trying to look at the back of your head, just peek out of the corner of your eye and you can see everything that's going on here, and tons of cabinetry down below. So all the makeup, all of the toilet paper, all of the hair gel, toothbrushes, toothpaste, everything can be stored right down here, no problem. We're gonna have 2 closets, one over on this side, one over on the other side. That's gonna be his and hers. We have this nice glass enclosed shower with floor to ceiling tile that has this kind of gold streak running through it, which is really nice and different than what we see in a lot of other builders. And that's gonna match the floor in here. You're gonna have a private water closet, which is fantastic. You have your own privacy while you're in there. And once again, you're gonna have your linen closet. Again, not a lot of homes have your linen closet. This gives you a size, kind of an idea for the closet space. It looks like it's just this, but you have an extra space over here for more hanging space over here. So you're gonna have 2 of these exactly the same, just mirrored, and that's gonna sum up your master suite. As we step out, we're back into our living room space here in the open concept. And as we continue on, we're gonna step into the dining area. Realistically, here's where you would set out your table. It could be a round table, rectangle table, extended table. Recently, I've been looking at some furniture. They have these tables that extend out, but they're super discreet. Like they look like a little round table, and then whenever you need it, you literally stretch it out, and there's like little wooden, I don't know, slabs, I guess, that you connect in the middle, and it turns a 4-seat round table into an 8-seat long table. Super cool technology these days. The advancements in humanity, chef's kiss. Behind this beautiful barn door, you're gonna find your pantry space. No lack of pantry space. If you wanna go to Sam's Club, which by the way is maybe 15 minutes away from here, this is where you're gonna stock up with all of your groceries and all the dry food, all of that. Nice and neatly tucked away behind this barn door. Beautiful window facing the east side of the home. And then we step into our kitchen space. You're gonna have this lovely island right here. Again, quartz countertop throughout the entirety. You're gonna have cabinetry space down below and space over there so you can set up some bar stools. All of your appliances, of course, included Samsung upgraded appliances, being your refrigerator, your dishwasher, your range oven, and your Samsung microwave right here. Well, I have a few things that I really, really love. I'm just gonna throw them at you real quick. First and foremost, well, they're all small little details, but one is the crown molding up at the top of all of the cabinetry. I think is super, super small detail that makes it look real, real fancy. Additionally, the fact that these cabinets are gray and they're not just the classic white shaker cabinets, I think makes it stand out. You have your hardware included, meaning your handles, the matted black handles. Of course, you're gonna have the soft close. And additionally, you're gonna have this herringbone white tile as your backsplash that's gonna go all the way around. Last detail that I absolutely love here is not only this farmhouse sink right here that has no divider because the big pots and everything is super easy to wash right here, but it's also the fact that you have this window right here. I imagine putting like some little plants, maybe like little succulent plants right up here, and just having this little foresty type of vibe. More than anything, being able to kind of look outside at the nature, see the trees, see the leaves blowing. It's really relaxing, especially while you're kind of doing your thing over here, washing everything. Now, as we continue on, we're gonna check out the additional bedrooms, and we on this side are gonna have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So as we walk down on your left-hand side here, you're gonna have the second bathroom of the home, full bathroom, double vanity, toilet space over here. And here you're gonna have the same finishes both on the floor and the tile that's floor to ceiling tiled here. And instead of having just a walk-in shower, you're gonna have a tub shower. Behind this door, you're gonna have another linen closet. Very important for me to know. As we step out and across the way, we're gonna step into our second bedroom. This is gonna be an 11 by 10 foot bedroom, cozy carpet down below, recessed LED light pre-wired if you wanna change it for a fan, window facing the east side of the property, and your double door closet. Plenty of space right here. You can easily fit a queen size bed in here, some nightstands, TV, all that jazz. As we continue on, we're gonna step into our second bedroom. This one is slightly bigger, about 12 by 11. You're gonna have, again, your double door closet. Here you're gonna have a double window facing the north side of the property, your light up above. Beautiful room, so you can definitely fit in a queen size bed here, dressers, nightstands, all that stuff. Easily fits in here. This also makes for a nice office space because of the windows facing the front side. It gives you a little bit of an energizing factor to be able to have that natural light, especially facing towards the front of the home. It gives you a little peace of mind that you have eyes on everything going on. Now, right next door here, we're gonna have our 4th and final bedroom, 3rd and final bathroom. So this is its own suite. This is a junior master, if you will, or even your in-law suite. Also an excellent office though. If you wanted to kind of lock yourself into a space where you have absolutely everything, you have your bathroom, you have your office space. This is roughly about 10 by 11 feet on the bedroom side. Again, double windows facing the north side of the property. So you're facing the front of the home, which gives you that peace of mind. And you still have closet space. So if you did need to use this as a bedroom, you can easily do so. And you have plenty of cabinet or closet space as we've seen. Queen size bed fits in here very, very easily. Everything you need, this is easily a good bedroom, and additionally, linen closet. Once again, I keep pointing out the linen closets because recently I went on some showings and realized how many homes don't actually come with linen closets. Small details make a big difference. Then we step into our 3rd and final bathroom, the same as the other bathrooms that we've seen. Single vanity in this one, but with the quartz countertop. You have your lovely mirror. Floor to ceiling tiled bathtub. You have your towel rack. This is another thing that's like super minimal, but towel rack, toilet paper holder, all that stuff. Not all builders install it, but here they've taken care of absolutely everything for you. So now we're all set with the east and west wing of the home, the heart of the home, the living room, the kitchen space. And now we have one space left, which is the backyard. Now, let's go ahead and check this out. We're gonna walk out through this side. One thing I wanna point out is you do have the double slider here, so you can open it up and enjoy a cool breeze. And if you didn't wanna let any bugs in while you're doing it, you can move this screen over here. And now the area that's open is screened in. So you get all the natural breeze without all the natural bugs, which is huge. Now you're in your nice big lanai back here, roughly about 10 by 15 feet wide in this space here. And this is nice and relaxing. One big detail about this is you don't only have an exit and entrance through the living room, but also through your kitchen. Why is that so important? Because if you're anything like me and you like to grill, or you like to smoke meats, or you like to kind of cook outside, right? Then this gives you the ease of access that you don't have to go all the way around to grab something you forgot from the kitchen. If you need a cutting board, if you need some utensils, if you need anything, you can easily be cooking back here, take a step in, you're in your kitchen, you grab whatever you need from the fridge, from whatever, and you're right back onto the lanai with the ease of access. You do have your recessed LED light. Again, that can be switched out for a fan so you can enjoy a nice cool breeze. And then we have our big backyard back here. You can build the pool, the playground set, the trampoline, or just leave it as is and have some nice grass growing. You can do a garden back here. I know a lot of people in the area plant mango trees. I've seen some interesting fruit out here. The little kumquats. I've seen a lot of those trees out here. Apples, oranges. I mean, the land is pretty fertile, so with all the heat and as long as you water it well, you can grow some pretty nice fruit and veggies out back here. No HOA, no CDD. You do with the land as you please. Fence it in if you'd like. No problems whatsoever. If you wanted to add an extension to the lanai and screen that in, a fire pit, literally your opportunities are endless here. There's no restrictions in this area, which is fantastic. This home is on city water, so you do not have a well here, so you don't have to worry about maintenance on a well. And you're on a flood zone X, so there's less than 1% chance of flooding here. The hurricanes don't really come through too hard in this area. Typically by the time they get here, they're just a tropical storm. And you have the ease of mind that it's a flood zone X. You don't have to worry about flooding. You don't need flood insurance. You're good to go. That being said, let's get inside. Let's talk some numbers, see if this is the right home for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking around until the end here. If you're still here, besides wanting to thank you, you're probably here because you want to know more information on this house and the finances. Let's break it down. First and foremost, let's talk about what we just seen. To sum it up, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,092 heated square feet. That doesn't include your lanai, doesn't include the entry space, doesn't include the garage, just heated interior space, 2,092 square feet. Absolutely incredible. Again, we're on a 1/4 acre of land. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to guess the price of this home. 3, 2, 1. The price of this home is just $349,900, practically $345,000. Now, I have had the pleasure of working with this builder in times past, and I can tell you from experience, they are relatively flexible when it comes to negotiations, whether it's the price or paying your closing costs. We can work with this builder. They are mindful of the fact that buyers want to negotiate. And if you know me, you know I'm here to fight and get you the best possible deal. Let's talk about the closing costs and what they would look like on this home. These are rough estimates, but when you purchase with the loan, you're looking to pay about 3% in closing costs. That's going to include your lender fees and your title fees and your state fees when it comes to recording the transfer of the deed and all that jazz. We estimate it to be about 3% of the price when you're using a loan. So roughly about $10,497, $10,500 when it comes to using a loan. In cash, you're pretty much just paying the state fees and title fees. So you're looking at about $1,500 in cash. Now, this is separate from your down payment. When we take your down payment and your closing costs and combine it, we call that your cash to close. I know a lot of people think I just need a down payment. You do also need closing costs, but that's what a realtor like myself is here to do, is to negotiate it so that you are only bringing your down payment to the table. Now, that we got that there, let's talk about some different loan types if you were looking to finance this home. The first loan I want to talk to you guys about is the FHA loan. The Federal Housing Administration issues government insured loans that allow you to purchase a home with a minimum of a 580 credit score. So you don't need to have perfect credit, just a 580. The better your credit, the better your terms. But with a 580 you can purchase, and you just need 3.5% of the price of the home as your down payment. So what that would look like is $12,247 as your down payment. $2,660 would be your monthly mortgage. Now, what's included in that monthly mortgage? Why does it say PITI? It is because it stands for your principal, meaning the loan amount, interest, the interest rate that you have, the interest on the loan, taxes, the yearly taxes get put into escrow and you get paid that on a monthly basis, and insurances. You're gonna have two insurances on this home. Homeowner's insurance, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and private mortgage insurance. Typically, you're on the FHA, you're gonna pay that for the life of the loan. On conventional loans, you don't necessarily have to, but on FHA, you're looking at about $200 to $250 in private mortgage insurance. Everything bundled together, $2,660. There's no HOA, so you don't have to worry about that. This loan is for first-time home buyers, primary home buyers that have not owned a home within the past 3 years. Okay. Now there are other ways that you can get or achieve an FHA loan outside of that, but typically those are the two people that are going to want to. But typically those are going to be the two people that want to use this loan: first-time home buyers or primary home buyers who have not owned a home over the past 3 years. Now, let's talk about the VA. The VA offers loans to veterans. This is the Veteran Affairs Program. They offer one of the best loan products: zero money down outside of your closing costs. Again, if you're a veteran, I should take the time to say, thank you so much for your service. If there's any way that I can serve you, the least thing that I can do is make sure you get the best deal on the home that you fight to have in this land. I appreciate your service. I know about the sacrifices you guys make to give us the freedom to do things like make videos for you guys and sell homes. So thank you. The Veteran Affairs offers one of the best loan products, 0% down payment, and they offer you one of the lowest interest rates available on the market. Your mortgage payment would be roughly about $2,540. Now, let's talk about conventional loans. These are more popular loans. These loans are offered to a variety of buyers. There's more flexibility in these loans, but they do require a higher credit in order to be able to qualify. The first one is a 3% down. This is the lowest down payment possible outside of the VA. It's 3% down, $10,497, and your mortgage payment would be $2,731. This is for first-time home buyers. Remember with the FHA, I said if you haven't owned a home within the past 3 years. With this one, you have to be a first-time home buyer with eligible credit, and you can put just 3% down. Now, the next most popular one is gonna be our 5% down option. This is for primary homeowners. Doesn't matter how many homes you've owned in, how many homes you've owned in the past. What matters here is that you're buying your primary residence, meaning you're gonna occupy it full-time as a Florida resident. 5% down, $17,495. Mortgage payment just over $2,600 a month. Next is the 10% down. This is for all of my people looking for a vacation home, a secondary home that they're not gonna be occupying the majority of the year, but only a little bit of time. That means you can rent it out for the rest of the time or just have it here, accumulating equity over time during the time that you're not here. 10% down, $34,990. Your mortgage payment's just under $2,500 on this particular home. The last loan is a 20% down conventional loan. This is used by two people. The first one is investors. If you're not occupying the property at all, you're gonna rent this thing out, whether it's short-term or long-term, however you wanna do it, commercial leases even. You put 20% down, $69,980. Mortgage payments of roughly $2,161. The second group of people this will apply to is if you don't wanna pay that PMI that we were talking about before. If you wanna avoid private mortgage insurance, you can put 20% down or use any of the other conventional loans and achieve 20% equity. You no longer have to pay private mortgage insurance. That's the Dave Ramsey recommendation. That's why he tells everybody to put 20% down. You avoid the PMI. Now, last but not least, a further breakdown, let's talk about taxes and insurance. Taxes in the area, roughly about 1% of the price of the home. And that would be your first year, you're only gonna pay on the land because the home is brand new. You're only gonna pay tax on the land. So really it's gonna be maybe $500, $600 that you'll pay. But the following year, you will have to pay full taxes on the structure, and that'll be 1% of the price of the home on average. On this one, it'd be roughly about $3,455 for the year. And then if you homestead it, you can reduce this by up to $50,000 in taxable value, which translates to roughly about $500. So you could have about $3,000 or a sub $3,000 per year tax bill. Homestead tax exemption also caps the growth rate of your tax over the years, meaning that your property value, as far as taxable value, can't increase by more than 3% year over year. Fantastic benefit for all of the Florida residents. Now, last but not least, let's talk about insurance. We're on a flood zone X. The home comes with a 10-year warranty. You're in a concrete block and stucco home. You have a 30-year architectural shingle roof. There's very little that can go wrong on this home. What that means is that this is a dream for insurance companies. I know a lot of people hear Florida and think, hey, you can't get insurance anywhere in the state. That is not true. Here in Ocala and plenty of other areas that aren't coastal, you can get pretty affordable insurance, especially if you have a sturdy home just like this one. But particularly here, the threat of danger is very, very low. So you're paying about $840 per year. I think that breaks down to about $70 a month in insurance. Super affordable, and it keeps your home safe and protected. That sums up the numbers here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are about the home, about the price. If you were to purchase this home with a loan, what loan would you be looking to purchase with? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Shoot us an email, shoot us a text, give us a call. My team and I would absolutely love to assist you in building your future through real estate. That's exactly what we're here to do, and give you the most transparent information that we can. Whether you're looking to buy a home or you need something in regards to your home, I'm more than happy to connect you to all of my network when it comes to home ownership. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end with a quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to come to you and say thank you so much for this time. Thank you for the person on the other side of the screen viewing. I thank you, Father, that you've given us another day, another chance to take another breath and enjoy this beautiful life that you have given us. Father, I pray that you soften our hearts, that we see your glory, that we feel your presence, and that we see the joy that comes from every single day that you provide us with life. For everybody going through a hard time right now, Father, I pray you give them a solution. I pray you give them peace, and I pray you give them joy, Father. I thank you for always accompanying us, and I thank you because your plan is perfect for us. I pray that you enlighten us, you show us the perfect plan that you have for us, that we may clearly walk in your footsteps, and that we grow closer to being a reflection of your character each and every day, Father. I thank you once again for all that you are, Father, a loving, merciful, perfect Father. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this home as much as I do. And I'll see you guys next week. God bless.